Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been a complete and total disaster for Disney and for Kevin Feige. You've had box office flops, you've had big budget disappointments, you've had lawsuits from some of your movie stars, you've had Disney Plus series that are meaningless, that no one can get excited for. And behind it all, you've had this clear and obvious push for identity politics, diversity, representation, and inclusion ahead of telling an actual story, and they're pushing audiences away. It's gotten so bad that Kevin Feige came out at San Diego Comic-Con and said, you know what? Phase 4 is dead. We're killing it and moving on. SDCC, Kevin Feige declares MCU Phase 4 over with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And you had a lot of people that were surprised when they made this announcement there at San Diego Comic-Con, because just a month ago, Kevin Feige said something completely different. Kevin Feige promises MCU fans the next saga will be clear as Phase 4 nears its end. You know, he gave a statement that, yeah, I know there's a lot of people that aren't sure what direction we're headed in because, you know, we continue to have little post-credit scenes that don't mean anything. You guys don't really know what the plan is going forward. It's just these movies that seem to be full of identity politics that don't have a clear direction. But Kevin Feige said, don't worry. We've got a long way to go in Phase 4, and it'll become clear as we wind down near the end. Well, the thing is, back when that happened, there was a lot more Phase 4 films. The upcoming Phase 4 movies include Thor: Love and Thunder, which just got released, barely crossed 600 million at the box office. Again, it's a massive disappointment. We'll struggle to even get to 700 million on a $250 million budget. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and The Marvels. So not only Black Panther, but Ant-Man and the Wasp 3, basically, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and The Marvels. All of these things were supposed to happen in Phase 4. Well, that's not happening anymore. Kevin Feige killed it. He has killed Phase 4. We're moving on to Phase 5. So now Quantumania is part of Phase 5. The Marvels are part of Phase 5. All this other stuff, part of Phase 5 of the MCU. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 gets moved to Phase 5. Now you have Echo, Loki Season 2, Blade, Ironheart, Agatha, the Daredevil reboot, which I'm sure will not destroy him in any way, shape, or form. And you even have Captain America, New World Order. Interesting title that you went for there, Kevin Feige, but there is a reason that Kevin Feige killed it. It's because, like we have been saying, like so many people refuse to believe, Phase 4 has been a disaster. It seems like the only plan they really ever had for Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was push diversity and female empowerment. That's what Kevin Feige told us he wanted to do. That's what they did. But unfortunately for the bottom line, it hasn't been very good for them. The MCU's Phase 4 was an utter disaster, and there's a reason Kevin Feige killed it at Comic-Con. On Saturday afternoon, Kevin Feige returned to Comic-Con to announce Phase 4 of the longest-running cinematic soap opera and theme park ride in the history of movies is over. Then he hyped up Phase 5 and Phase 6 of the MCU. Phase 4 was pound for pound the worst phase of this over-bloated universe. It's not just an opinion, but it's according to box office receipts, and I don't think too many people are excited about the future after seeing what they've done. We've seen them blame everything on COVID. Oh, the pandemic box office, blah, blah, blah. No. You can't blame COVID. You can't blame that on the box office woes. Look at the huge successes we've seen. Look at even a Marvel product, which didn't come from Disney, but came instead from Sony, Spider-Man No Way Home. Nearly $2 billion at the box office. You can't blame the pandemic for this. But let's look. Black Widow. Black Widow came out. They released it day and day on Disney Plus. It lost a ton of money from its production budget. And oh yeah, they got sued by Scarlett Johansson. That didn't go super well. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Remember Shang-Chi when it's just the most stunning and brave thing ever? In reality, it barely broke even, made like $25 to $30 million total. And when they were still had people believing, oh, the pandemic box office, it'll never recover. This is the new normal. They had people believing that like shouted this from the rooftops as if it were a great success. Congrats on barely breaking even. Then we had The Eternals. The Eternals lost a ton of money, only made $400 million at the box office, easily lost $100 million for Disney. Then you did have the one shining spot for them, Spider-Man No Way Home, nearly $2 billion at the box office. But unfortunately, like the article points out, there's only one problem. This film's under the Sony umbrella and not Marvel. Marvel got only 25% of the profits versus the 75% that went to Sony, meaning their most successful venture post-Endgame was a co-production with another studio. Oof. And then you had Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Now, you do have to consider this a financial success for Disney. A movie that cost $200 million to make. That was the budget. So it needs to make around $500 million to break even. Ends up making $950 million. But I will say, it made $450 million that opening weekend. It dropped off in a big way. Normally, tracking what you would have normally considered for the MCU before Phase 4, this movie easily hits $1 billion, probably into the $1.3, $1.4 billion range potentially. It should be considered a disappointment that it didn't get to $1 billion, but still, this movie made a lot of money for Disney and for Marvel. Now we come to the last one, Thor: Love and Thunder. $600 million at the box office, needs a minimum of $625 million to break even. It'll probably get there. It'll probably make maybe $50 million in profit when it's all said and done. But that is still embarrassing for Disney and for the MCU at this point. You're not spending $250 million in budget, then all the marketing and all that stuff just to barely break even. But that's what Thor: Love and Thunder is doing. And all along the way, audiences have said to Marvel, like, we just want a good story. We're tired of all this garbage being pushed in our faces. And they're continuing to drive more and more people away. And I don't know what it was that caused them to end it so abruptly, Phase 4. All of a sudden shift these other movies to Phase 5. Maybe Phase 4 has truly just been that poorly received. And Marvel hears it, and Kevin Feige hears it, and Disney hears it. They just want to move on from it and start something else. Get people excited about something else. I don't know if the plans will be any better for Phase 5, considering what Kevin Feige continues to say and continues to push. I highly doubt it. But one thing is certain. They wanted to get away from Phase 4 as fast as possible. So they killed it early just to get people hyped for Phase 5. That says something is going on with the MCU. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. I'll talk to you guys later.